इतना सा, ये एक अंतर प्रेरणा है। ये हमारी, आपकी, हम सब की अंतर प्रेरणा है। एक कदम, एक छलांग, एक बाजी, एक गहरी सांस और एक ललकार खुली हवाओं में कि हाँ, मैं बना हूं उन फिजाओं के लिए, कि हाँ, मैं बना हूं उन ऊंचाइयों के लिए जो ऊंची तो बहुत है पर नामुमकिन भी नहीं, क्योंकि मुमकिन और नामुमकिन में बस इतना सा फर्क, धूप छांव में फर्क, बस इतना सा। तो बस चलिए फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया के साथ ये फर्क मिटा देते हैं। फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया।
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us on this webinar called Business Opportunity Over Chai. Business Opportunity Over Chai is a webinar series presented by the management of Franchise India every day at 12 o'clock in the afternoon with an aim to introduce you to a new business opportunity. Every day, we bring exciting and high-potential franchise business opportunities from across the industry. Over the past 27 years, Franchise India has proudly helped thousands of investors finding the right franchise business opportunity and successfully start their entrepreneurial journey. Franchise India, as world's largest integrated franchise solution company, our role is to make sure your investment is safe by taking an informed decision and your journey from investor to entrepreneur is smooth and successful. The objective of this webinar is to give you a direct opportunity to connect with the brand founders, the key stakeholders, understand the business opportunity in detail, and openly ask any sort of questions that you may have related to franchise, investment, growth, before you take the actual decision. In today's webinar, we will talk about an opportunity with a brand called Spartan. Spartan is a fast-growing European QSR brand known for its bold flavors, efficient operations, and strong franchise economies. Founded in 2012 by Mr. Stephen, Spartan has rapidly expanded to become one of the most successful good food franchise chain in Romania and Eastern Europe. The brand operates on a highly modular and scalable business model designed for speed, flexibility, and profitability. With over 70 restaurants across 36 cities, including 40 franchise-operated outlets, Spartan serves nearly 19,000 customers daily and have more than 1,000 employees. The brand has achieved a strong turnover of almost 50 million, that reflects the consistent demand and the operational strength. To talk more about this brand and the business opportunity in Indian perspective, I'm joined with Ms. Sonia Chaudhary. She's the Managing Director of Franchise India Group. And we have Puneet Vanchanda. He is heading this business, and he's responsible for the pan-India expansion. He's leading that brand. But before I invite Sonia ma'am to talk more about this brand and the business opportunity, I would like to play a video which will give you a little bit of the idea about the brand and how this store looks like. Just give me a second.
And Puneet, in the meantime, I'll also request if you can just share the social media pages of Spartan also on the chat.
Right. Now, I may request Sony ma'am to take the lead. Let's get started.
Okay, thanks, Bharat. And friends, a very good afternoon to all of you. I welcome you all on today's webinar. And like Bharat said, this is a very special opportunity. And so I'll set the perspective for this session today. And the opportunity that we're bringing is very, very special, as I said, because Franchise India is the master franchisee partner for Spartan. And as you all know, I'm sure you know the company Franchise India. You've been exploring many opportunities through our platforms, our webinar. Ever since we started in 1999, Franchise India has been on a mission to democratize entrepreneurship, which is to make entrepreneurship accessible for everyone who wants to start a business. And also at Franchise India, because we understand the market very deep down, not only in India, but also global trends. Our operations run in 97 cities in India and 19 countries globally. As a company, we have been instrumental in bringing more than 800 brands to the Indian market and the subcontinent. So we're able to analyze and sense trends, which we think and know for sure are going to become mega trends. So apart from the opportunities that we present to our investors as just another opportunity of the day, there are certain companies, brands that we feel extremely confident about, which includes obviously the opportunity at large, the demand for maybe a market like India, the people behind those companies, which is the founders, the management of the company, and that makes us very strong about that brand. So Spartan is one such brand, friends, that we signed up about 2 months back. So Franchise India has got into a master franchise agreement with Spartan to expand the brand in India and also certain markets in the India subcontinent. So I'll give you a brief on the opportunity at large, which is the market, the industry. I'll talk about the brand Spartan. Very important to know, the journey of the company. And then finally, we'll come to the franchise proposition and how you as a potential partner, can work with Spartan. So the company started in 2012. This is a category which is fast casual, quick service restaurant. And the cuisine concept is largely Greek Mediterranean inspired fast food, which is focused on very authentic grilled meats, pita wraps, gyros, salads. And they also have signature sauces that you saw perhaps in the video. So, if I talk about the opportunity at large in India, India fast casual dining segment today is growing, and it is also at one of the highest paces among all categories in the F&B space, which is growing at a double-digit number of approximately 20%. And this growth is driven by urban millennials who are seeking for international high quality meals. Mediterranean cuisine is today very underrepresented as a category in the market, but there's a rising popularity on the category, which is similar to the growth of shawarmas. I would say we had seen many years back, or Lebanese QSR that we had seen. And our increasing focus of India on healthy, protein-rich grilled food actually aligns with Spartan's overall menu ethos. We'll also run you through that in the presentation. So when we look at the overall food consumption shift which is happening in India, there's a big shift that we're seeing from occasional dining, which was the case maybe 10 years back, or even I would say 5 years back, 10 years and 15 years back. Today, this is shifting to everyday dining. There are trends of late night ordering, weekend family consumption, daily snacking, and consumers today are preferring fast service, which is familiar but very flavorful food. That is what Spartan offers. And the taste fit for India, when we talk about a category like this, is something which is also very important because our Indian palate, loves spices, sauce. They love grilled meats, a lot of vegetarian fillings, and the entire menu is inspired by all these three things. So when it comes to the brand, Spartan is not, I would say, just a food brand. It is a system-driven QSR business which is designed for scale. Today, they're running in two large countries, and there are about 70 plus locations which are owned, operated, some of these locations by the company, but largely they run a franchise network. And they represent a modern interpretation of the fast food, which is very bold flavors, disciplined operations. So this is all idiot-proof operations, which are consistent across the 70 locations company is currently operating, and very scalable economics all through these years. So they've built to serve very high volume with consistency. And when I say consistency, this is a brand or a business model which is not very dependent on chefs, because first thing which comes to a lot of people's mind when they look at investment in a food business is the dependency on the chef. So the entire operations of the kitchen are very simple. They're not complex and not very dependent on the chef. And it is a brand where I would say, there's a lot of loyalty in the market. And this is the loyalty which has been driving the overall equity of the brand, driving a lot of repeat consumption, high frequency category, so to say. So we'll run you through this presentation, friends. I'll also request if you have any questions, please feel free to ask your questions in the Q&A box. And I'll request Puneet to get started. So Puneet heads the entire expansion in India. And I'll also like to inform, it's just 2 months that we signed a contract with Spartan. And as I speak, we already have one location, in fact, the entire territory, which is Pune, which has already been taken up by one of our franchise partners. And very soon, we'll have the first location of Spartan coming up in Pune. So, Puneet, over to you. Let's get started with the presentation. And friends, any questions you have, please feel free to ask these questions in the Q&A box. We'll be happy to answer these as we take you through the course of the presentation.
Yes, thank you, ma'am. Thank you for hello, everyone, and thanks for joining today. So we are now here for the Spartan. Spartan, as Sonia ma'am said, is the one of the Romanian fast food restaurant chain, and they known for the Mediterranean and the Greek inspired cuisine, basically. And they believe Spartan believes in to deliver fresh and the flavor and affordable food. They have the combination of the speed, consistency, and the quality food, and they create a strong. It is a strong Romanian brand, bold flavors, generous portions, and the fast services. So, if we talk about the Spartan menu, so they are offering the gyros, grilled meats, rotisserie chicken, pita wraps, plates, combo meals, and as signature sausages and the customization customizable options they are giving in the same. So Bharat sir, please, if you can go to the uh, menu slide.
We'll go slide wise. So, friends, the gentleman that you saw on this slide, he's the founder of the company, who's Stefan Mendaci. He's the visionary entrepreneur who started Spartan. He comes with multi-sector experience as an entrepreneur, which includes hospitality, real estate, education, media, and known for execution and a very big social impact that he has created. So the business of Spartan and the brand overall has a founder-led vision, which ensures long-term alignment and also strengthens strategic thinking behind Spartan. Next slide. So this slide, I think these are some of the pictures that you see on this slide. These are some of the successful franchise partners who are also multi-franchise operators, multi-unit franchise operators of the company, Spartan, and they're the top ones. And so the relationship with these partners, they span from anything from 6 to 10 plus years. And these are the partners who have, on an average, taken 7 units, 8 units, and 16 units. So they're partners who have invested, throughout the last 10 years on Spartan, and they've invested in multiple locations for Spartan, which also shows the trust in the company, which is the brand. It also shows and reflects very strong unit economics behind the brand, and also reflects, I would say, trust and confidence of our franchise partners, because there's a low franchise churn with an average multi-unit franchise partner running at least 7 to 16 units by themselves. They're not sub-franchising, but these locations are run and operated by a single partner, which spans upwards of 6 years and 10 years. So this is a bit on the journey of the brand. So the company started 2012, and from a single store, they became a big national chain in the country. And they left and most respected chain in Romania. So anyone in Europe and especially in Romania, this is a brand which is one of the most respected companies in that part of the market. They started with one location, and they have been expanding steadily throughout these years. where by the year 2019, they had almost about 49 locations that were operating. Another 2 years, 2021, they added 20 odd more, got to about 60 plus locations. And by 2025, I would say, which is not 24, but I would say by 2025, they added to about 75 odd restaurants, which are currently running. And this is a proof of scalability, which I would say without any loss of control, and a key franchise success indication. So they started creating clusters in their home market. It is a brand which is known in the market. In fact, people vouch on the brand, and they've grown through these 12 years very, very consistently. These are some of the numbers. So there are 70 odd locations plus, I would say. There are 36 cities currently they're operating out of. So they have a very strong geographic diversification, and about 1100 odd, 1000 to 1100 odd employees who are working currently in the company. And they are currently having almost about a turnover of 48 million euros. This has increased in the last year. This was last year numbers that they had. And they, in fact, service more than 7 million consumers, which is their end client every single year. Next. So the mission and the vision of the company, Spartan comes with a very long-term orientation, as you have seen. Even before entering a market like India, they made their home market very, very strong. And in fact, Spartan, we were in touch with this company for a very long period of time. It also took us a lot of time to convince them on India as an opportunity. And finally, I think 2 months back, we were able to ink a deal with them and become, proud owners of Spartan in India. So they come with a very long-term orientation. They deliver memorable experiences every single day is something which company's mission is ingrained very deeply in. They're powered by trained teams, and speed and quality without any compromise is something the company looks at. And Spartan has a vision to become globally one of the leading respected QSR brands with best trained teams to serve this fast food globally in all markets they would enter. Next slide, please. So what is the Spartan business model? And how does Spartan, backend works with the franchise partners? So it is a complete franchise system-driven program where the SBM, which is a Spartan business model, includes entire detailed SOP manuals, which are standard operating procedures from opening to closing, which our franchise partners and also our staff at the outlet is trained on. We have the entire workflows from our service flows to the kitchen workflows. All that is detailed in our business model. All the training programs are detailed. It also talks about the entire customer journey, how that is designed, how our customers have to be serviced. And second is our on-ground support to our franchise partners, which includes a centralized team of Spartan in India, which is headquartered in Delhi, in Bangalore, where we will work with the franchise partners on real estate location finding. So we have a real estate team that works with our partners to get the prime real estate location. So if I talk about the property, there are two things which I would say we don't compromise. One, of course, is the profile of the partners. We need somebody who's an operator partner, and you get all the systems, processes, and support from Spartan India team. And second is the real estate locations, which is something that is non-negotiable with us. So at Franchise India, I would also like to add, we are proud master franchise partners for many F&B brands from across the globe, at least 20 countries. And today, all the locations that we are currently running in, they are the top #1 malls of India, including the airport, including the high streets, and the premium mall. So this is something that we don't negotiate. We have a centralized team that works with a partner to get the best real estate location. There's a project team that works with our partners during the entire course. And we also have a separate store opening team that will work with my partners and the teams. And also there's a PR team and a marketing team that is working with our partners throughout our, I would say, relationship and association with our partners. So, which also ensures that the system overall that we have created and duplicated in India, it reduces the dependency on an individual operator capability. So we bring the, I would say, the capability of a large F&B operator, which goes to our partner. So when it comes to our values as a company, we can go on the next slide. So when it comes to the values of our company, our large focus is customer satisfaction, which is non-negotiable, I would say. And ethical business conduct is something which is extremely important. And we at Spartan India and Franchise India, we are a performance-led management. And it is very important that we bring consistency across all locations in India. So these are very strong values that we have instilled, which helps us reduce any kind of brand dilution during the phase of our expansion. Next slide. So this is what our menu looks like. Maybe I'll let Puneet, if you want to add onto it.
Yes. So the menu which we have, this is very diversified menu, and they are offering the gyros, grilled meats, pita wraps, rolls, burgers, pizza, and the desserts option also they are giving in the same, and they are offering the many kind of the beverages also they are offering in the same.
So
So
maybe
when
friends
they
will
will,
also take a moment, we'll show you the website of the company. So we have two formats. We'll come to that on the last slide. We have two formats. So depending on the size of the format, our menu, would be kind of, filtered. If we are doing a complete sit down, a large format of 1200, 1500 square feet, we'll have a very extensive menu. If we're doing smaller, then accordingly, our menu would be change. We'll also show that on the website. And like Bharat said, our menu typically includes gyros. These are sliced, I would say, a rotisserie meat, which is served in pitas, they're served in wraps or on a plate, often with, I would say, fresh vegetables and sauces, which is something gyros or Spartan, as a brand stands for. We have also shawarma style wraps, which are grilled meats, on skewers, or they are served on a pita bread. We also have burgers that are served inside Spartan. We also have crispy chicken styled options which are served as a part of our menu. We also have fresh salads and also vegetarian choices, which includes our non-vegetarian bowls. We have veggie bowls, and we also have vegan gyros that we do globally. And then we have beverages and sides, which includes our fries. We have lemonades and sauces that I would say are emphasized as a highlight for their meals. So the overall concept is fast, casual, Greek, Mediterranean influenced food, which combines very popular items like gyros, burgers, salads, wraps, pitas, and with generous portions and flavorful sauces, which are proprietary sauces of Spartan. Next slide. Yeah. So, why Spartan? So, today, if when we look at, from the ease of doing a business, one, I would say any franchise partner looks at how simplified are my overall operations. So like I talked about, this is not a very complex operations. Our all kitchen operations are very simple. The entire supply chain is centralized. So in India, all my supply chain, which includes our protein, our bread, they're all centralized, where our teams would work with our partners for procuring these supplies, and where anything which is perishable is locally procured. We also have centralized vendors for all our equipment. So, which is very important to ensure that standardization is important, because it ensures the success replication across different markets in India. And so overall look and feel that you saw in the pictures, we have open kitchen. So, somebody who's placing an order can see the kitchen behind, but we're not, if you look at the outlets, we would look at locations which give us a very interesting, or, a long facade, which is not vertically deep, but horizontal, where we can see these are open kitchens. People can see inside. Very youthful interiors that we have done. And when you look at the colors also of the brand, these are very bold brand colors that we use. And everything that we have on the videos that you saw is very social media friendly format, which today youngsters actually love. Right. So we are a strong brand. We are a company, which has proven, been operating in multiple locations, multiple unit franchising, operates almost about 6 to 15 locations. And this is what we bring on the table. Next slide. So I'll quickly talk about, what our offering is for our partners. So these are two formats that we have. One is a express format, ideally for malls we can do. And then we have a high street, which can be a sit-down restaurant for about 1,200 square feet of space, which can have about 40 covers in a restaurant. But our initial preference would be to do it in the malls. These are high footfall malls, is where we want to be present in the food court. So with a minimum area of 400 square feet of space is what we need. The overall investment is 60 lakhs starting, which includes all the investment from a franchise fees of 15 lakhs, which is same for both the formats. So there's a 15 lakh franchise fees. That is a one-time fee for a contract of 5 years for a partner. And then we have our fit out cost, which is our capital investment, which is 12 lakhs that we have taken for 400 square feet of space, and 24 obviously for a higher area. And then we have the cost of equipment, because equipment is the lifeline in our business. So there's a cost of 22 odd lakhs that has been taken for the cost of our equipments. And then there's a cost of our POS, which is a sales POS, that is 75,000. In addition to that, we've also kept a component which is a training fee, 75,000. There's a design fee because every location outlet is unique, and our architect would work very closely with our franchise partner to design the entire outlet in coordination support from our parent company in Romania. And we've also included initial supply of 5 lakhs, which is ideally a working capital, but we have taken that as a part of our initial supplies. And in addition to that is a branding fee, which is your facade branding that has taken an amount of about 2 lakhs. So this all put together, there's a cost of 60 lakhs that becomes our initial investment. And then comes our operating cost, which includes expenses like our royalty fee, our marketing fee, our the rental cost. It also includes our manpower, which is deployed at the outlet. So typically, if you look at a food business, I'll give you a little understanding on the unit economics of a food business. In a food business, typically my 30%, including your wastage, ideally is your cost of food. So 30% becomes your cost of food. And then we have approximately 7%, which is the case here. That is the royalty. That becomes 37%. Another 2% goes towards a marketing fee. Now, in our case, this marketing fee comes centrally to Spartan, and the entire investment of this 2% goes back on doing local marketing for the franchise partner. So that is one investment. So this 30 and 37 and 2 becomes 39%. And on top of that, we have a cost of real estate, which in our case, I would say we have taken it comparatively on a higher side, because we don't want to compromise on the property location that we go. So our cost of real estate, and especially if I talk about a mall, including our camp charges in a mall, it should be somewhere around 20 odd percent. And high street comparatively would be low, but in a mall, my typical cost of property would be about 400 rupees per square feet, which should translate to about 20-22% as my real estate cost. And then comes the cost of my staff, which is my staff which is working at the outlet, because these are idiot-proof operations. I don't need a very skilled staff. So that cost is close to about 10 to 11% becomes my cost of my staff at the outlet. Another 5% is my cost of the utility, which is electricity and water. So when I put all these expenses, approximately 75% to 78% becomes my operating expenses. And that leaves with about 23 to 25% as my operating margins in the business. Next slide, please. I think there was another slide. Okay. So this is, so we're looking at both, I would say unit partners, somebody who wants to take and open maybe a single location, and those were the financials that we shared with you. But equally, we're looking at partners who are keen to own a territory and run that territory by themselves. Now, these are the territories that we are looking at. So we have split India into 20 territories, which includes Delhi NCR. And when we look at the number of stores, we say this is the minimum potential of the stores that we see in the territory. It does not mean that I cannot go beyond 30 locations, but 30 is the minimum potential that we see in a place like Delhi NCR, which includes Delhi, Noida, Faridabad, Gurgaon, over a period of 5 years. So this is on the left-hand side is the number of minimum rollout that we expect to be achieved in a span of 5 years. On the right-hand side is the fee for these locations. So So 20 territories. Out of this, Pune, like I said, is already gone. We have already awarded the area franchise rights for Pune, and my first location should be coming up in the next 3 months' time. But in the process of scouting the best location in Pune, and while the other territories remain open at this stage. So for our area partner, the requirements also, I would like to maybe explain, which is very important, who can become an area partner. Now, the area partner has another support which comes from Franchise India, because Franchise India is the master franchise partner for Spartan. So when somebody becomes an area franchise partner for Spartan, they also get an additional support from our teams because of our ecosystem that we have in India. Every single month, I have approximately 12 events that we conduct in every city in India. Like I have a food franchise show which is happening day after in Bangalore, where all our MF brands and the food brands are participating. So all my area partners, franchise partners who are owning a territory in that area, the representation of all my partners is complimentary, and not only complimentary, but I have my own teams in that part of the market. So if you take the rights of Hyderabad, if you take the rights of Pune, if you take the rights of Bombay, or any market out of these 20 markets that we have listed here, I have my local teams that become I would say spoke for our area partner, and they support you in the rollout. So which means as an area partner, your cost of acquiring new franchises in the territory is nil, which is generally not the case when you take a master franchise rights or a area franchise rights for any company. The entire responsibility of marketing, lead generation, converting that particular prospect sits with the investor. But in our case, because we understand the business, we currently have a very strong distribution ecosystem. So any location where we have an area partner who will take the territory, my regional teams will work with them in helping them to expand and add that footprint during the course of our contract. So, friend, this is the number that you see. These are the number of stores that we see, which is Delhi and Bombay. These are the two most, I would say, important territories of India, with the highest number of malls existing in Delhi and Bombay. So our fee is 90 lakhs, which is about 3 lakhs is the average, which is 13 to 3 is how we have calculated. So 90 lakhs becomes my master franchise, area franchise fee for the partner. Similarly, Bangalore and Hyderabad, we look at a minimum rollout of 20 and a 60 lakh fee structure. Markets like Pune, Kolkata, Goa, rest of Maharashtra, Rajasthan, these are 15 minimum rollout territory with a corresponding fee of 45 lakhs. And similarly, these are other territories, Gujarat, Northeast, West Bengal, UP, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh. So what we have done is we have created a cluster of these, created these territories based on the potential, and we have combined these clusters. Having said that, somebody wants to take a larger market or want to combine or maybe want to take a smaller market. For example, I have clubbed Tri-City in Punjab, but somebody who wants to take only Punjab or Tri-City, we can discuss that. So these are larger territories that we have created, but we are flexible depending on the potential of the partner and the bandwidth that they bring. Next slide. So, how a master franchise, the overall obligations and the terms, how he makes money. So a master franchise right will have exclusive rights of the territory that he will own and operate. The overall term of our agreement would be 5 + 5 years. The rollout that we have talked about and listed is to be achieved in a span of 5 years. And the master franchise will own and operate minimum of one location by himself with the support of our team. And you also get the right to sub-franchise in the territory as per the rollout which has been agreed in the territory. Now, how does the sharing and how does a partner make money? So you make money largely on two fee structures. One is the franchise fees. It is a one-time fee, which is paid by a sub-franchisee. And a 40% of that share goes to our area developer. So 40% of that would mean we have a 15 lakh, which is our franchise fees. So on 15 lakhs, we have a 40% going to our partner, which is 6 lakhs. So on every sub-franchisee under our partner, there's a 6 lakhs which goes to our partner. So even if I do not the minimum rollout, which is put in the agreement, even, we achieve 50% rollout, the entire franchise fees, paid by the area developer for taking the rights, you are able to cover by achieving just 50% of the rollout. So 40% of the franchise fees goes to our partner. And second is the royalty, that is a recurring royalty, which is paid by our sub-franchisees. So the royalty for the direct unit of area developer. So when you become the area developer, you will also have your own one unit operating under you. So instead of 7%, our area developer will pay only 5% for his own unit, which is operating in that market. And second, he also gets a royalty share from the sub-franchisees under the area developer. So typically this is split almost 33% amongst the all stakeholders, which is our area developer. Then we have master franchise, which is Franchise India, which is us. And then is the parent company. So out of the 7% royalty, 33% goes to our area developer, which is 2.3%. And then we have another 2.3 and 2.3, which goes to the parent and the master franchise. So largely these two, sharing structure that goes to our area developer. Our term overall is 5 plus 5 years. At the end of our term, there's a 30% renewal on the franchise fees after these 5 years come to a completion. But we're looking at partners who come with a long-term commitment, somebody who has any experience in service at large or a food industry is someone we definitely would like to speak to. Next slide. So friends, this is what we had. If you have any questions, we'll be happy to answer. And Paneet has also shared his contact details. And anyone who wants to reach out to him, please feel free to do so. Any questions, friends, please feel free to ask. Tarun Kumar, I see a question. Are we focusing mainly on the millennials and Gen Z as target market? That is a larger market, Tarun. And if I say so, if you look at the stats that we have, even if you look at the eating out trends today, that's a very big target audience that we today have, in the market. And also, if I look at what the food consumption trends were in the market 10 years back, today all that has evolved. Today, the youngster of India, the millennials or the Gen Z, they're becoming more and more experimental. And when we go out and eat, we need cuisines and products which gives us more experience than just, being just a transaction. So that is the larger audience that we have, and our product has both, I would say, experience, which is sit down experience at the outlet. And this is also very friendly when it comes to platforms like Swiggy and Zomato, because this is not a product which gets spoiled, right? So very friendly. So our business would be a mix of both, in the mall or food court dining, and would also have a lot of online orders, which will also have our platforms like Swiggy and Zomato will integrate with. So friends, we also shared a link of the Instagram page of Spartan, which I'll request you all go through. And post this webinar, Puneet will also get in touch with you. We'll be happy to discuss your interest. But like I said, there are two important things. One is the profile of our partners. We need somebody who's an operator partner to operate the business. You have the entire support of Spartan Global, Spartan India, and the Franchise India team in India who would work with you in terms of getting a location, architect design, training of the franchise partner, hiring of the teams. All that is something that our teams centrally in India would take care of. And also for area franchisee, we have shared the locations that we want to enter. So if any further questions, we'll be happy to welcome any calls which can be fixed up. We'll be happy to maybe block 30 minutes with our friends who are keen to explore further. And we have done some detailed working on the financials, so which we like to discuss maybe only on a one-to-one meeting. So that is it, friends, we had for the day. I'll request, Puneet, if you have any last words that you want to share with our friends, and then Bharat, you can take it over.
Yes, if anyone want to go and anyone want to start Spartan, so we have the right area developer rights as well with us. Apart from Pune, we are open for all the locations, and we are looking for the unit franchises also for the Pune location. So for any support, I have shared my number, so you can contact on the same number, and we can talk on the same. Thank you.
Right. Thanks a lot, Puneet. So thanks so much, Surya ma'am, for coming today, talking about this great opportunity. In case if anyone would like to get in touch with us, you please get in touch with Puneet. He already has shared his number in the chat box. And even in case if you would like to connect with Franchise India for any other opportunity, I have shared that number in the chat box, 9717683838, or you can also write to us at feedback@franchiseindia.in. So that's it for the day, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us. And see you tomorrow once again with a new brand, and we'll explore another business opportunity. Till